Hello my fellow Rome 2 players, Zaript here with quick video on new hotfixes in patch 9. Now I'm quite excited about it because patch 9 not only were put in a beta, they asked for feedback, listened to it, and there is some hotfixes. Now one of the changes in a hotfix is they call it like adjusted behavior or trees on battle maps. You remember how I always go about trees appearing and disappearing on a map. Now, what I tried to do is to load map which is the most annoying about trees in my experience, which is ours. Unfortunately, it seems it's a different map now. Is the coordinates changed or something? I'm not sure about it. So I expected the forest, and indeed there is much less glaring issues like the whole trees, big trees disappearing. That's a huge step forward. There is still problems with some trees. You see, when they get into exchange 3 for sprite, you can still see a huge difference in how it's lightened. Like lightning is a huge issue. Saying that, there is still another issues, like look for this sprite for example. This is something ridiculous. You can see how this one tree, when I zoom in, it's a tree, it's just a normal tree. When I get away from it just a little bit, it's replaced by a sprite, and it's not one sprite. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but it's actually one tree starting here, you see, going all the way up. Then there is another, the same sprite on the ground. Like, and when I move closer, you can see that it's 3D model of a tree without any leaves. So the problem isn't completely solved. And here it's easy to notice, like for example this one tree, white. You can see it starts here, it goes all the way up, and now it completely disappeared. It's not here on a map. And it's the same with this tree. As you can see, this white tree, just this exact model is getting replaced by 2 sprites, or completely disappear, as in this case that I showed you. And it's very easy to find. It's deployment zone of map which is called ours, and there is a lot of it actually. You see, again, very easy. Just look at this particular tree. I wonder if I can find it. Okay, this is a very nice angle. You see one tree, another tree. I zoom in, and it's actually one tree. So I guess that's enough for trees. The problem is less noticeable than before, but it still remains. Obviously, I'm going to post this video on support forums for people to see this problem. But in the end of this video, I want to jump back into lobby and show you some positive changes. See you in a second. So we're back in a lobby, and here a couple of words about what changed to the best. And that is the way that Creative Assembly actually listens to our feedback. They rolled out patch 9 beta like they did before with patches 8, 7, 6 and before, but this time not only they did put a beta, they read through our feedback and they almost instantly answered the problems we found. For example, if you remember, at the beginning of patch 9, all swans were put out with bonus versus infantry 0, if I remember correctly, and it was fixed. So like, because it was intended to be 10, no one intended it to be 0. It was just a mistake, and it's fixed. Actually, let's check Rome now. Rome? Legatus, yeah. Remember, I showed in a video it was 100. The fixed name of Legatus. Of course, you can say such problems shouldn't exist on the first place, but it happens. It's more importantly that feedback proceeded correctly. And another thing to mention, and it's a big. If we look at Seleucids and elephants, oh my. Another 200 price increase for elephants, and look at current price of these chariots. This is step that people, like we all said at the beginning of patch 9, that overall changes are positive, but some of the changes are, how should I put, were not enough. Like, price of elephants and chariots wasn't high enough. Now, these prices do change game significantly, even more so than infantry prices. The thing is, with this price, like, when you take 2 elephants, it's already 3,000. Like, and to make them work is very difficult now. With decreased mass, it's not as easy as go frontally and destroy the whole enemy army. It's not going to happen as easily anymore. It's much more of a risk. So you have to use elephants much smarter, getting from a flank and trying to hit enemy backline when infantry engagement started. We will see how it turns out overall in a balance, because none of these numbers actually fix game on their own. This is only general direction, but it all obviously requires fine-tuning, which I hope will happen. But overall, the speed of reaction of CA with their hotfixes is incredible, and I can only applaud it. And if it goes like this, I'm sure in a couple of patches this game could be like in a state it should be released. Honestly, without a second thought, I would say right now game could be recommended. At this state it almost could be recommended at a full price to a friend. In my opinion, I'm quite a picky guy, so if there is anything wrong with the game, I usually would say, no, make your own choice. And I didn't look deep into it yet, just main issues, main points I wanted to make is that trees unfortunately are not fixed yet. Another thing is that default maps changed. Now Ars isn't what it used to be, that's for sure. And it's not in the patch notes. And another thing, yes, chariots and elephants made another step. Now, unfortunately in patch notes there is nothing, there is no table showing exact changes for everything, so I can't tell from a first glance how it all works out, so we will see, guys. Testing will take some time, but we will be back with Prussian Prince, maybe with Heir of Carthage, or maybe each of us on its own, but you will get all this information sooner or later. And saying that, that's all I want to say. See you guys later.